The chill wasn't just from the October air. It seeped from the very stones of Blackwood Hall. Built in 1888, the ivy-covered dormitory at Crestwood College held more secrets than student study guides. I, Elias Thorne, was unfortunately assigned room 313, a room whispered to be unsettled. The first night was uneventful, save for the persistent creaking of the ancient radiator. But by the third night, things shifted. It started with a whisper, a sibilant Elias that seemed to slither from the shadows. I dismissed it as fatigue, but the whispers grew, becoming more insistent, more personal. Then came the footsteps, heavy, deliberate strides echoing in the hallway outside my room, always stopping just short of my door. I'd fling it open, heart pounding, only to find the corridor empty, the only sound the distant hum of the campus power grid. One particularly stormy night, the power flickered and died, plunging Blackwood into darkness. Armed with only the dim glow of my phone's flashlight, I ventured into the hallway seeking the fuse box. As I passed room 311, I heard a distinct sob, a heart-wrenching sound of despair. I hesitated, then pressed my ear against the cold wooden door. The sobbing intensified, accompanied by a low, guttural moan. Suddenly, a cold gust of wind swept through the hallway, extinguishing my phone's light. I was plunged into absolute darkness, the sobbing and moaning now seeming to surround me. A hand, cold and clammy, brushed against my cheek. I recoiled, stumbling back against the wall. Panic seized me. I fumbled for my phone, finally managing to reactivate the flashlight. I swung the beam around the hallway, only to see nothing. But the air was thick with a cloying scent, like decaying flowers. Driven by pure terror, I fled back to my room, barricading the door with a heavy oak desk. I huddled in the corner, listening to the storm rage outside and the whispers within the walls. The next day, I researched Blackwood's history in the college library. I discovered a tragic tale. A student named Eleanor Vance had hanged herself in room 311 in 1923, driven to despair by a lost love. Her body wasn't discovered for days, the scent of the lilies she always wore lingering long after. The pieces clicked into place. The sobbing, the moaning, the cold hand, the scent of decaying flowers. It was Eleanor. That night, I couldn't bring myself to return to room 313. I slept on a friend's couch, but the whispers followed me. They weren't in the walls anymore, they were in my head. Elias, help me, find him. The final, terrifying piece of the puzzle came weeks later. While cleaning out a forgotten storage room in the basement of Blackwood, I found a dusty trunk. Inside, among old photographs and letters, was a faded portrait of a young man. On the back, a single, heartbreaking inscription. To my beloved Eleanor, forever yours, Elias. My blood ran cold. My name. It wasn't just a coincidence. I was a descendant, a distant relative of Eleanor's lost love. She wasn't just haunting Blackwood, she was searching for him. Through me. I never slept in Blackwood Hall again. I transferred to a different dorm, a different campus even. But I still hear the whispers, faint but persistent, a constant reminder of the tragic past and the ghostly connection that binds me to Eleanor Vance, forever trapped in the haunted halls of Crestwood College. And sometimes in my dreams I see her face, pale and tear-streaked, reaching out to me, pleading, Elias, find him.